Hello, Antonio.
How are you?
I am very happy to see you back with Pedro.
Yeah, actually, I'm very happy that I did that move too.
Yeah, because I am a big fan from the beginning. I thought Matador was a great movie, you know, a great sick, twisted movie, just like this one. And he plays around with nasty, sexual, crazy things that other people don't dare delve into, and he does it with panache.
Panache. Exactly. No, not only just the content of the movie. It's not only about that, Pedro. It's the way that he uses to tell the story. I think one of the biggest satisfactions that I actually found coming back to Pedro Almodovar has been seeing him in full shape.
He's a mature adult. He's a
trying
master.
to please crowds, not trying to give them what they are supposed to expect now of the softer side of himself that they can probably metabolize better. No. Going again to push the limits and to just make a test on all of us watching movies and not doing a hamburger, just doing a very complicated, sophisticated dish that tastes different to anything that you have tried before.
Now, you have played many different roles since you left Spain, since you were in Hollywood, and it's always very tricky for a man with a foreign accent to make his way in Hollywood, and you did very well, you know, considering those obstacles. But yet, I wondered if you felt that there were parts that you wished you could play that you never got to play.
Well, I would answer yes if I knew that I was going to die tomorrow. But that is not in my plans, and I have more time in front of me. At the end of my life, I will answer you the question.
That's a good attitude. But Hollywood is a strange place. I mean, Robert Rodriguez and you have had this great relationship.
That's another personal director, actually.
Yes, great match, and you know the Spy Kid films are so much fun, and I just love the work that you've done with him. But what would you like to be able to do that you haven't been able to do? And what are the limitations that Hollywood places? It is a bad time for smart movies in Hollywood.
The limitations, but also I think I probably made some mistakes. Yeah, I did some mistakes in not choosing, but taking movies that I shouldn't have taken. And
you've been choosier lately, haven't you?
But lately I stopped doing that like 3 years ago, and I started going to different places. Woody Allen, yes,
Tall Dark Stranger.
I want to be there, and then with Steven Soderbergh, a movie that we're going to open probably in this fall. Haywire. And then Jean-Jacques Hano also, and of course to Pedro Almodovar. And that is the way that I'm going to continue. I don't care if they are little characters. I want to be with good people, people who have something interesting to say, and they're cool, you know. And I didn't do that for a while. It was my mistake. I cannot put it in anybody, though I was not helped. But it was my fault because ultimately I was the one who decided to do certain things, and I have to recognize that. So coming back to Spain and coming back to my friend Pedro Almodovar and coming back to speak my own language in front of a camera has been very rewarding. It's been very refreshing to me, and it made me think a lot. And the result of what is happening these days here in Cannes, in terms of you know, the actions that I'm going to take in the future, I don't know what it's going to be, but I smell something good. I smell like I'm surfing in a wave that I like, and I'm going to keep going that way.
It's very exciting to see. I can't wait to see what comes of it. Because you talk about being very vulnerable in front of the camera, that Pedro puts you in a very different place than you've been lately.
Yeah.
And the results speak for themselves. But you're playing this psychopathic guy who is not a nice man.
No, he's a monster. He's a total monster, egomaniac, and psychopath.
But aren't many surgeons like that?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
It's like the edge of their supreme authority.
Right. Well.
Taken to an extreme.
I think, you know, because some people just refer to me as it was a movie about revenge. I don't think so. I think that revenge is actually, you know, the justification that this man needs to actually do something that is hidden really deep in his soul. I think this is a man who, in the search for perfection, tried to become God, and that is actually when you look for perfection in such a way, you may just damage many people in your way to it. I think he's a fascist, ultimately. You know, but he behaves in a very economic, controlled way. He looks like in a way, sometimes like a family doctor. He just talked to you about vaginoplasty or very strong stuff, like he's just prescribing an aspirin to you. And I think that is actually the power of the character. If you try, and Pedro was very specific about that, I don't want you to play a monster. I know that it's very tempting for you, Antonio used to say. You know, it's very tempting to you because you can see this character like Caligula. You can see like a big, flamboyant performance that is going to give you a lot of awards and stuff like that. But I don't see it like that. I see you back, sober, control, economic, austere, and that's the movie that we want to do, because the movie is enough complex in itself. When I saw the final product, it's such a mixed genre, you know.
Very
movie.
ambitious in that way.
It goes from Shakespeare to soap opera, for Christ's sake. I mean, it's
And then Tiger
really
shows up.
unbelievable, unbelievable. That if the character goes crazy, we could have lost the movie. He needed somebody a little bit more contained, holding the reins practically the whole time. And at the end, I have to agree with him. And also, he brought a new range for me. And also, you know, it's almost like it opened a door to see me in a different way that now I can project into different projects in the future, with him or without him. But it gave me some keys.
That's
You know?
great. That's great. And it's
Range of
wonderful. In the Woody Allen film, when Penelope Cruz and Javier Bardem were speaking Spanish, I experienced that same sense that they were liberated in their own language, that it was a richer experience than when, you know, they're great actors in English, and so are you, but there's something even more that you can bring when you're in your own language.
Yeah, definitely there is something there that is different.
It's your whole life. It's everything that you are.
Right.
It's what you dream in, presumably.
Except Puss in Boots. I think Puss in Boots is better in English.
Very good. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
A little bit of Haywire, though. Can you tell me a little more about that project, the part you play in that?
Well, I'm an agent.
Yeah?
Secret agent that actually is helping American agents for something to happen that I cannot tell. And but it's a sly guy that actually is playing for himself. It's kind of a player. My image in that movie is always is also going to surprise you, because I have a long white beard. My own, actually.
You grew it?
And it's the whole movie. People may not even recognize me. Practically you see it, because my beard is very full, very thick.
It's a shame to waste that
It was
pretty
great.
face.
It was a great experience to work with Steven Soderbergh. It really was.
Was he depressed, or was he on his game?
No. He was on his game. I saw a man shooting very fast, practically with no lighting, but energetic, and I had a great time actually working with him. Totally different to the methods of Almodovar. I mean, totally. Almodovar is way more precise in his direction. So he was just very free with the actors and very precise with the camera.
Thank you, sir.
You're very welcome.